Good morning, students. I, Dr. Asif Beg, Assistant Professor. Today we are going to start with a new topic in financial management, that is capital structure. Capital structure. We are well averse with the word capital. Capital is nothing but a combination of debt and equity. In easy term, what we can say, an amount required to start a business organization or an amount invested in a business is known as capital. Now that capital structure comprises of debt or equity. It is nothing but it's a combination of debt and equity used by any company to finance its overall operation and growth. Let us understand this concept with the help of flowchart. Sources of fund. Sources of fund is a combination of own fund and borrowed fund. Own fund comprises of equity share capital, preference share capital, reserve and surplus. Whereas loan fund comprises of long-term debt which includes debentures, term loan, public deposit, etc. Now in this chapter, the scenario is as such: the company is already doing a business. Now company want to go for expansion, or company is having a new project. So company want to introduce further capital, and company want to know what type of capital will be preferable if the entire amount, let's say company require 50 lakh rupees, whether that 50 lakh should be taken entirely from equity shares, or it can be taken from equity or preference shares, or it can be taken from equity shares plus preference shares plus debenture. So that instead of that information, we will calculate the capital structure with various options given. Once we have calculated the capital structure with the various option include either equity shares, either preference shares, or equity and preference both, or debentures and equity shares. Point number 2, we will be calculating the amount of interest payable for various options. That is, if plan 1 there is no debenture, so interest payable will be nil. In plan 2, the entire amount is taken from debenture, so some percentage of interest will be payable to them accordingly. Step number 3, if at all company have issued preference shares, same way the dividend payable to preference shares will be calculated. Now dividend on preference shares is always fixed, which is always given along with preference shares. Next step, we will calculate the number of equity shares at each options. That is, in option 1 we may be having 50 lakh shares, in option 2 it may increase to 60 lakh shares, so and once we are through with the working part, what we'll do, we'll go with the calculation of profit. This is a master plan, this is a master format. On the basis of this plan, company can take a decision which option should be opted. Let's have a look. We have got existing plan. This plan will be given in problem option 1 and option 2. That is, if company want to increase 50 lakh, that 50 lakh will be a combination, it will be either equity share or it will be a combination of equity and debt. Earning before interest and tax, this information is always given in problem. Existing plan, whatever net profit is there, that is also given, and when they are going to introduce further capital, whatever profit is going to increase, that will also be given. Less interest paid on debt. Now as we have seen above that we have to calculate the interest payable to debenture holder, so that part will be calculated as per working note, and that part will be deducted from here. Once we deduct, we get earning before tax, less tax. Again, this information will be given to us. Whatever amount of tax, it will be given always in terms of percentage. It may be something around 35 to 50%. Then whatever balance we get will be taken as earning after tax. Once we have paid the tax, whatever amount is available, that will be given to shareholder. Now we may have equity shareholder as well as preference shareholder. The very first thing is we have to give dividend to preference share, because the name itself indicate preference and they have got preference share right in respect of all payment. So for first, after payment of preference dividend, whatever is available, that is earning available for equity share, that entire amount is available for equity share holder. Number of equity share, as per our fourth working, we have calculated the number of equity share at each stages. For example, in existing plan we may have 5 lakh shares, in option 1 we may have 6 lakh shares, in option 2 we may have 5 lakh 50,000 shares. Now how to calculate earning per share? Earning per share is amount available for equity shares divided by number of equity shares. So in all the three cases we will be calculating earning per share, that is this amount divided by this amount. Now note, wherever earning per share is higher, that option will be accepted by company. Assuming in existing plan we have got earning per share as rupees 15 per share, in option 1 we got earning per share as rupees 16 per share, in option 2 we got rupees 15 rupees 50 paise per share. So when we compare all the three, the earning is more in case of option 1, that is 16 rupees. Hence option 1 will be accepted. So company will go for option 1. Company will accept option 1. That's all with the theoretical aspect. So we will be going with the practical aspect in new session. Thank you.